Hello, puzzlers! I thought today, just this once, we could start with a quick introductory puzzle. This puzzle was inspired by Michael B. Jordan winning the Best Actor Academy Award for his role in Sinners. And it occurred to me that there is a chance that Michael B. Jordan, if he continues on his stellar trajectory, might become more famous than the basketball legend Michael Jordan. There's not a big chance, but it's theoretically possible. Now, if that does happen, the actor Michael B. Jordan might just become the default Michael Jordan, and the basketball player Michael Jordan would have to be the one who adds a middle initial to his name. Now, if this happens, my trivia question to you is, what is that middle initial? What will Michael Jordan, the basketball player, have to add to distinguish himself from the other Michael Jordan, the actor? You have a 1 in 26 chance, but not to worry. I do have a hint, a puzzly hint. And that is this. The letter Michael Jordan would have to add to his name is the same letter that is associated with another NBA legend, one who has a PhD in basketology. So there's some other letters. PhD in basketology.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're doing.
All right.
there.
Yeah, I thought
I see what
that
you're
makes it
doing
more
now.
puzzly. It's not just trivia.
You're going to love to know what I wrote down on my pad before you told us what the puzzle is.
The answer and more puzzling goodness after the break. Hey folks, welcome back to the Hello Puzzlers podcast, the eye cucumbers in your puzzle 1950s spa. I'm your host, AJ Jacobs. I'm here, of course, with Chief Puzzle Officer Greg Pliska. Greg, before the break, we posed a Michael Jordan mystery. The question was, if Michael B. Jordan, the actor, becomes the default Michael Jordan, then what will the basketball Michael Jordan have to add to his name? What is his middle initial? And I gave a little puzzly hint, which was the basketball Michael Jordan's middle initial is a letter that's associated with another NBA legend who has a PhD in basketology.
A PhD. I see what you're doing there. I was hoping you were going to say his middle initial is the same in the alphabet as his jersey number.
Oh.
That he's like Michael W. Jordan, because that's the 23rd letter, but that's not the hint you were giving. No, you're referring to Dr. J, aren't you?
That is right. That's the doctor I am referring
Michael
to.
Michael J. Jordan.
That's it. Michael Jeffrey Jordan is his full name.
Now, do you want to guess what I wrote on my pad before you told us the puzzle was going to be guessing his middle initial? You probably don't.
I
wrote another person's name down.
Who's that?
I wrote down George Clinton.
Oh,
George Clinton, one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence, I believe, an early American founding father, who has been replaced by George S. Clinton of Parliament Funkadelic fame.
Right, that's the George Clinton I know.
Yeah.
Well,
see?
It's actually, there's also Michael J. Fox, who had to add, there was a Michael Fox who was a character actor. Now, here's the twist. Michael J. Fox's real middle name is Andrew, so he should be Michael A. Fox.
Oh, that's so confusing.
But he thought, that sounds like, a sentence, like Michael A. Fox. So he went with J in honor of another actor, Michael J. Pollard, who was another character actor. So it's just a crazy,
I love it.
Crazy.
And I have to correct myself. George S. Clinton is the composer, current American composer, great composer, not to be confused with George Edward Clinton, the funk musician.
Okay, good. Thank God.
Just got to be clear.
That would be embarrassing for folks at a cocktail party.
And the other one was the 4th Vice President of the United States and the 1st Governor of New York.
Look at that. Sure. All right. Well, we bring all of this, Jordan.
Speaking of which, I see the segue now.
The segue is a real segue, not like a faux segue. And it is that we've been speaking about two great Jordans, but we have with us a Jordan who I think is as great, if not greater. He is a podcaster. I do. I'm sticking to it.
How's your jump shot, Jordan?
He's a podcaster. He's a comedian. He's the author of a delightful new book called Choreplay, The Marriage-Saving Magic of Getting Your Head Out of Your Ass. Please welcome Jordan Carlos.
What a setup. Thank you so much, AJ. That was wonderful. Thank you for introing me like that. And I love this show. What's up, Greg? How's everybody?
Good to
How are
see
we
you.
doing?
7 out of 10 is all.
Tell me with your eyes. I was only gonna say, I was like, I think it's a wild middle name for Michael Jordan. I thought it was like Tiberius or something like that, like James T. Kirk.
Yeah.
But I was so wrong. But you put wrinkles in my brain. I learned something already, AJ. I'm ready. I'm ready, man.
By the way, I love that way of saying I learned something. You put wrinkles in my brain.
Put wrinkles in my brain. Absolutely.
I'll credit you whenever I use that. I learned something.
A smooth brain, but not anymore.
And the reverse, if you like spend too much time doom scrolling on social media, then you're taking the wrinkles out,
you're
right?
Botoxing, you're botoxing your brain.
Botoxing your brain.
For real.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna add more wrinkles than the California raisins today. We have a lot to do. We're going to talk about your book in a bit, but since this is Hello Puzzlers, we're going to start with a puzzle. And it is a puzzle tailored to you in 2 ways. First, it's, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you're a dog lover.
I am a dog lover. I am an admirer, a lover, a sympathizer, and an empathizer.
Very nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
And your book is all about relationships and making them better and chores as one way to do that. And one of the chores I believe that you do sometimes, you take your dog out.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure. I love him. He's great. The only thing is, like, I wish he would dump in the toilet. But, until that day that he learns that trick, he's one of those Frisbee dogs that can do stuff like that, then we got to take him out.
Yeah.
AJ.
I feel that we could, that is a possible scenario. I believe dogs are smart enough to use the toilet, and we're just too lazy to try. But
certain dogs.
All right,
you're talking about a cattle dog. You're talking about an Australian Shepherd. Easily.
The geniuses, the Einsteins of the dog. Well, as a comedian and a dog lover, you might be familiar with this old joke about a dog. I'm going to tell it quickly.
Okay.
Guy says to his friend, "My dog is a genius. He speaks English fluently. Just watch. Hey, Rover, what's on top of a house?" Rover says, "Roof." "Hey, Rover, describe sandpaper." Rover says, "Roof." Guy says, "Hey, Rover, who's the greatest baseball player of all time?" Rover says, "Roof." The friend rolls his eyes, walks away, annoyed. Rover says to the guy, "You think I should have said DiMaggio?"
Love it.
The classic. So that is an oldie, but medium-y. But this puzzle, that joke inspired my puzzle because
you got me with DiMaggio. I was like, who's he gonna say?
But
DiMaggio was like, that was great. That was, come on, what a pull. That gives me an insight into when that joke was written.
Exactly. Exactly. It's right. It is not a rod.
Somebody's
Honus Wagner.
Honus Wagner, the Napa Joy.
A young satchel Page.
Exactly.
Cool Papa Bell. Come on, get him in there.
All are great punchlines.
Yes.
Well, that old joke is an inspiration for my new puzzle, though. My new puzzle is about a dog who is fluent in English, so fluent that he loves wordplay. So in this scenario, when you give this dog a command, you can impress your friends by doing it in a punny way. So instead of saying shake to your dog, you might say, "McDonald's treat that comes in vanilla, chocolate, and shamrock varieties." And then he would hold out his hand and shake you. So I'm going to give you the wordplay version of the command for this pun-loving dog.
Okay.
And you tell me what the pun-loving dog is supposed to do. All right. So here we go.
Okay.
Take care of a child in exchange for money.
Sit.
There it is.
I love a good puzzle.
I love that you love.
You take dogs. This is unions and intersections. You're putting the chocolate in my peanut butter and the peanut butter in my chocolate.
There we go.
You need to knock it off.
But don't feed chocolate to the dog. That's just,
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Just want to make that a PSA for folks.
PSA.
But peanut butter's okay. The dog can have the peanut butter, right?
Yeah, that's how they get the pills, man.
Yeah,
You get-
that's
Oh,
right.
they
right.
love
That's how
the-
you sneak
Yeah.
the cheese, the peanut butter. Come on.
Absolutely.
For the hip dysplasia, get out of here. All right.
You are a dog owner.
Oh,
you know
it's not a podcast until we mention hip dysplasia.
You got it, baby. You got it. Okay.
All right,
I'm ready.
we got
Sorry.
some more. We got Achilles' weak point.
Oh, Achilles. Oh,
Yes, did I not pronounce it?
No,
Achilles.
no, you did. But it was like I was thinking about Achilles. Okay, now I heel.
Heel.
Very good.
Which I
Heel.
actually didn't know what it really meant until I
No
looked
one
it up.
does.
It's
No one
like
does.
the dog stays by your heel.
By your heel.
By your heel.
Yeah.
I don't
Comes to
know.
your
I guess
heel.
it makes
Heel.
sense.
Mhm.
All right. How about soft duck feathers?
Soft duck feathers.
It was an early draft of a Marx Brothers film.
Oh yeah. Soft duck feathers. That was the short film that they made that went to
That they
Sundance.
turned into
that the
duck
Marx
soup and
Brothers
horse
made.
feathers
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
That is it.
Soft.
Or I have an alternate hint if you're not into duck feathers.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
1 of 4 football attempts.
Ah.
Oh, I
four?
see. So you either have the pillow hint or the sports hint. You can go either way with that.
Down.
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 You got it.
Down, boy.
Down. That's it.
Down.
All right, I got a couple more. I got word from Mean Girls that is never going to happen.
Oh my God.
Do you remember that?
Wait, oh, okay.
This one,
Fetch.
yes,
Fetch.
you got it.
Okay.
Do you remember that? You remember that reference?
Of course. Fetch is never going to happen.
Yeah.
Stop trying to make it a thing.
Stop trying to make that.
Which I love that she was trying. All right. The third word ever spoken on a telephone.
The third word
It's a deep
ever
cut.
spoken. Yes, that is
Alexander Graham Bell said this
yes.
phrase.
The first word was Watson.
Mr. Watson. It was Mr.
Okay.
Watson.
I know what it is.
Oh.
Come.
That's it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Come
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Now, there's two versions. One is, Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you. And another is, come here, I want you. So, which I think there's a big difference.
Yeah. We knew what was going on down there in the laboratory, Mr. Graham Bell.
Listen,
Oh
I think
my
that's great.
God.
I think it's great that they were out in the open.
So saucy, so spicy. I do think that what had happened was he'd spilled an acetate on his leg, and Watson was his assistant, and he needed him to come down. That's as legend holds.
Look at you.
We're getting very specific.
That was
right,
great.
with I like that.
Well, I just also like that the first words on a telephone defeated the purpose of a telephone. Like the whole purpose of a telephone is you don't need to be in the same place. And
right.
he's like,
right.
so yeah, that was.
You're totally right. Get down here. You also could have just yelled. Yeah.
All right, I got
take it.
one last one, which is
Oh boy.
what Pony Boy should do in relation to gold.
Pony Boy in real. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
That's another deep pop culture
Yes,
cut,
I
AJ.
know.
We're going.
I felt that Jordan
We're
was
talking-
up to it.
We're talking about the Outsiders.
Yes,
Yeah.
nicely
Okay.
done.
Woof. All right, Ralph Macchio, don't let me down. I think stay.
That's it. Stay gold.
That's
Pony
it.
Boy.
Very good.
Stay gold,
Oh,
Pony Boy. There's.
Atlanta.
I mean, I had also. I had Lisa Loeb's hit. That's also kind of a deep cut.
Oh yeah. Also a Brown graduate.
Brown
AJ
graduate.
only does.
There you go.
Oh no, but there's no mafia. No.
There's no mafia. I'm telling you, there's no mafia.
It's a socialist collective.
Yes, that's what we are.
Got it,
I mean,
okay.
we're a concern. We are a concern.
Oh,
about that?
I like that. Yes,
Yes.
we have.
Hey, I got into Brown.
Greg,
Hey,
then you are a part of the
come on
concern.
over.
Okay.
Yeah,
You are.
I didn't go, but I got in.
I did not know that. I didn't get
Yeah.
into Williams, so I guess you are.
Oh,
you win.
Great school.
You win.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love Williamstown.
All right. Well, great job. I feel I should give you a treat, a liver flavored cracker, perhaps, or a dry.
You know I'm a wet food guy, AJ. My God.
Second prize is 2 liver flavored crackers.
Two
I
liver
mean,
flavored crackers. Great.
Right.
No, I'm just gonna. I people food. That's if I were a dog, I'd just be looking for the people food all the time. So that's me.
Yeah.
That's me.
But
I appreciate the gesture.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, my dog. I do feed my dog a lot from the table, and
AJ.
I know it's bad. But listen, I don't know. It's a big ethical debate, which we can get into later. But who knows what the future holds? So let them have some pleasure now. That's
You're
sort of
right.
my philosophy.
I like that.
True confessions here on Hello Puzzle.
There you go. Yeah, don't hold that against me. Don't tell Julie.
Yeah.
But we will be back with more puzzling and more of the great Jordan Carlos. Hello, puzzlers. Welcome back to the Hello Puzzlers podcast. We are here with the awesome Jordan Carlos.
Hello.
And Greg has another puzzle for Jordan coming up in just a moment. But before that, we're going to do a little segment called Puzzling Questions, where we get to know our guest a little better so he can be less of an enigma to us and our listeners. So I have a lot of questions about your wonderful new book, Choreplay. But before we get to that, I just want to say that your take on Dr. Seuss's Green Eggs and Ham is still one of my favorite bits in all of comedy.
Oh, thanks, AJ. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh. I mean, it came from a real place of just reading the book over and over again to my kids until finally one day I snapped and I was like, this book is an abomination. You know?
And remind us why it's an abomination for those who have.
Because the book, it's just a pressure campaign. It teaches children to pressure strangers into doing what they want them to do, right?
Right.
And so I think it should be a one-page book about consent. We're trying to teach these children consent, abiding, and consent. And they're like, I think it should just be, do you want these eggs and ham? Nah. End of the book. That's it.
I love it. That is
Done.
so true.
Yeah.
I mean, I also find Cat in the Hat problematic because that's like a home invasion, and
Yes.
there is. I mean, he is really
Right.
the fish. The fish is the hero. The fish is the one that's saying, "Guys, this is
Yes.
bad. Like this should not be happening."
We're all going to end up okay. That's what I think.
Gonna
That's
be
what I
all
think.
right.
That is excellent. Especially if we read your book.
The best subtitle of any new book.
Oh,
thank
fantastic
you.
subtitle.
Get your head out of your ass.
The marriage. What is it exactly? The marriage saving.
The marriage saving magic of getting your head out of your ass. And it comes from, it's a play on Marie Kondo's book.
Well, it's a wonderful book, and it's just like you said, it's not just about chores, it's about relationships.
Yes.
But part of it is about the chore gap, which
Yes.
I do think there is I've seen statistics. In fact, I did an article of many years ago where
Really?
it was suggested by readers, and the premise was that I should spend a month catering to my wife's every whim and desire. So a month of Kate Hudson movies, breakfast in bed, chores, all that. And one of the revelations, which you talk about in your book, is not knowing what I don't know. Like I somehow thought that the liquid soap containers refilled themselves like magic,
Yeah.
like a self-cleaning oven. But they
Oh,
don't.
you're saying like sourdough starter. Is that what you're saying? Like it just redoubles every morning? Like it does not, that is not how it's done. But we are told, at least in my house, that the soap fairy came along and added more soap. Or the milk fairy came
Right.
and did her magic. And then like the lowliest of fairies, the toilet paper fairy, came and re-upped on the toilet paper. But yes, you're absolutely right. And what's most important is noticing these things. Just small things around the house that I believe are very they're low hanging fruit. Just knowing simple things like the names of the teachers, the schedule for after school activities, the names of the dentist, the doctors and everything like that. And when was the last time they went for a checkup? Knowing these things and not being redundant is level critical for just, maintaining the relationship and just letting your wife know that she's not alone. Like, I think that, of course, taking things off her plate is really important to me too, but having the general vibe that this person feels as though they are not alone is paramount to keeping your marriage going for the long haul, you know?
Right. I like that. I also like what you said on another podcast, that it's important to gamify the chores.
Oh, hell yeah.
So how do you do that?
Skyhooking clothes into the laundry basket. Hey, what do you
Dr. J. Like
Dr.
that we were
J style, baby. I'm passing over here. You know, I'm taking a skip pass over there, bounce it. You know, I think just having fun and like, I always think of myself as like a NASCAR pit crew. If I'm changing out the laundry, we got the double stack, baby. You know, so I take the wet, put it into the dryer, and I'm like, how fast can I do this?
That's a good game.
Yeah.
How efficient can you be? I actually, I'm watching a lot of musicals with my mom, and we watch Mary Poppins, and that's the whole thesis of a spoonful of sugar makes
Sugar.
If there's a job that must be done, there's an element of fun. Now, for her, the element of fun was she snapped her fingers and it magically happened, that's fun.
Hey,
But
Yeah, that is fun.
but she also, she closed a drawer with her butt. That was fun.
love closing a drawer with my butt.
did.
Let's go. A good butt close? Come on.
Yeah.
I think like seeing little things in the wild, like if the dishes need to be either loaded into the dishwasher or unloaded, and knowing that, let's say I've got a good 5 to 10 minutes to do it, I'll jump in there. For me, it was definitely like a shift of like I said, my vibe or my POV about doing work around the house. I know that like I don't know about you, AJ, but I've always had like John Wick kind of fantasies where I'm ready for someone to bother me. Like I wish someone would, but like I've always been on ready mode. So I'm like, okay, well, let me see what go mode is like in a non-violent way on all these things. Because when my wife wants me to do things, but I'm watching the Cowboys for no good reason, then like
I'll literally no good reason. Let's be clear. The Cowboys, man.
No good reason. I should be out hiking and apple picking in the fall. I'm going to get my time back this season, baby. So like, I really think that being in go mode and changing my attitude about what she's asking me to do, that's a part of Choreplay, right?
Right.
Or like not letting her ask me. I ask myself to do it. I look around and see what needs doing, right? And I just get it done.
I like it. When I was writing my book, I actually did a little research, not as much as you, on the history of chores and marriage. And this scholar, Stephanie Kuntz, who you might have run across, she talked about blame the Industrial Revolution. She said before...
I always do.
Yeah.
It's a lot. They need to account for it.
I'm always breaking apart mass, industrial sewing machines with my textile mills, with my mallets.
How's that loom in your
that
basement,
loom.
right?
Oh, a giant foot loom. It's good.
That is the devil. The looms are devils. Well, she said, before the Industrial Revolution, men and women were equally involved in the home. That's her contention. And she said, domesticity tumbled out of the constellation of masculine virtues with the Industrial Revolution, and women's work became devalued, seen as an act of love rather than a contribution to survival. So I thought that was interesting.
First of all, what a way with words.
Yeah.
Tumbled out of the constellation of masculinity.
Great. Yeah. And she's like a scholar. She's not, that's a lot of them are a little drier.
And a poet.
A scholar and a poet.
For real.
And you talk about in your book, Mr. Mom, which I also watched. Well, it was hilarious. Like the whole premise is this smart guy, as you point out, an engineer, cannot figure out how to make popcorn in a popcorn maker. Like that's the entire premise is him versus simple machines.
Maybe it's the micro scale of the popcorn maker. He's used to a giant, Detroit steel automobile equipage situation, and that's really just blowing his mind. So scale maybe, but yes, that was like, what is happening here? He was befuddled by the vacuum cleaner, he was scared of the washer and dryer, which then comes up in a later John Hughes movie, Home Alone. But like, kids are always scared of like, and I guess he's a man child. He's scared of appliances, right? So he has to learn to tame all these things, and it'll be fine. And the kind of comedy at play there is men are so useless around the house that they might as well give up and let the lady take over. So
right.
That's the message I was getting from that movie.
Yes, not a great message.
Yeah.
The other thing I noticed in the history of chores was just how, I mean, chores are a pain in the ass. They used to be a lot worse. And just, reading about doing laundry in the 1800s and the washboard. Like, I know washboard because, the reality show men all have washboard abs. But I'm like, it took me a while to be like, oh yeah, washboard is that thing you actually have to put the clothes on. And that was no fun. That's harder than throwing in a Tide Pod.
A little harder than throwing it. Well, the best part is that technology is caught up to slobs like myself, which is wonderful. So like if my wife, we need to go shopping on the weekends, that's my kind of like purview. And so I just use Instacart. I let somebody else take care of it. You can question the morality of that, but I get it done. It feels like aid is coming to a long beleaguered people. And so that's what happens. And now, it has kind of dispelled a lot of the tension in the house, which was about scarcity, which was about routine and understanding like when things needed to be delivered and the flows of goods. Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Well, and finally, the book is more than just about chores. As we discussed, it's about relationships. And
yes.
So do you have one piece of relationship advice that has stood you well? The one I often give is go to bed angry. I think the idea of not going to bed angry is crazy because we're both tired and cranky. And you go to bed, you wake up, you got a new perspective, you talk about it rationally. So, I think don't go to bed angry.
Wild take.
It's just.
I like that, AJ.
I think don't go to bed angry is the hot take, and mine is the normal take. But anyway, I know it's a man outlier. So what about you? Anything?
I think it's go to bed angry, sleep with one eye open is probably the way to go there. The way to go there. I would say this marriage advice that I can give to anybody that's going through not the first 10, but the second 10 years is beware. Things that were cute in your 20s are no longer cute in your 40s.
Interesting.
Just remember that.
Right.
And let that inform whatever it is you think is so charming and disarming. But this book's going to help.
Hello, Puzzlers. Welcome back to the Hello Puzzlers podcast. We are here with the delightful Jordan Carlos, author of the new book, Choreplay. I gave him a puzzle, but he is not out of the woods yet. We've got another puzzle from Greg Pliska. Take over, Greg.
All right.
Oh boy,
well, Jordan, I thought since AJ's doing a puzzle about your most recent accomplishment, the book, I thought I'd go back to one of the things you got known for early on, which of course is the Colbert Report.
Ah, yes, of
right?
course. Shout out to Stevie Colbert. Yes.
You had a recurring spot on that, right?
I was his friend of color. That was me.
It's so good.
Launched everything. Yeah, it was great.
It was terrific. So one of the notable things about Colbert Report, of course, is the silent T at the end of both of those words.
Yes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So I thought, let's do a puzzle where I'm going to give you clues to other words that end with RT, like report, right? And I'm going to remove all the T's from the clue.
Oh, my God.
They're all going to become silent, and you're going to give the answer as if it also had a silent T.
As if it also had a silent T.
Good twist or twist.
Oh,
right?
Good twist.
Gosh. All right.
So if I said plans grow in this, you'd have to figure out what I've left a T out of that. Plans
grow in this. So
it would
soil?
Well, except it's a word that ends with RT.
Oh, okay. So it would be
dir. Would be dir. Would be the answer, right?
Got it.
Plants grow in dirt. Yeah.
Very good. All right.
You're going to move
very
like
fun.
the G in lasagna. I love this. Let's go.
Here we go. All right. How about this one? Ravel hub used by Della or Uniad?
This is a different language.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ravel hub used by Della or Uniad?
Okay. Yes. I understand. It's coming to me.
You figured out where the T's go in the clue, I think.
Is it airport?
Airport, yes.
Oh, very good. All right.
Airport.
I did.
Travel hub.
I did
used
not
by
get that.
Delta and United.
I thought you wanted
Very
me to
good.
say Atlanta or something like
Atlanta.
that.
Oh, yeah, no, I see. Yeah, I realize hub makes it seem like you want a specific city.
Yeah.
The general,
I'm so sorry.
airport. All right, how about this one? Painting or sculpture?
Painting or sculpture?
Painting or sculpture, for example.
Oh, okay. It's Is it R? No, R.
Yeah,
He's allowed to say the R, just not
the R
the T.
is not silent. Painting or sculpture is art. Yes.
You were just being safe. You want
Yeah, I was giving it a little Polywana cracker kind of thing.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. All right. What about this? Ennis is one.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, a spore. A sport.
Exactly.
Yes.
Tennis is a sport. Tennis is a sport.
As opposed to a mold. Yes, a sport.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. Okay. Cool.
Na all.
What?
Na.
Oh. It took me a second, but I think I know what he's doing.
Ooh. Na.
We're moving a couple T's from that
Yes.
one. Na.
Oh, would that be shore?
Sure. Yes. You're not
Yes.
tall. You are short. Very
that.
good.
Greg, the vibe on that was when when you're doing the crossword and you're doing way too much. And it's just like, no, man, it's hammer. The word's hammer. Just make it simple. And you're just going to so many weird places, with words. And it's just like a simple word. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Okay, good. Good.
Monosyllabic. Monosyllabic.
Good. I can do another monosyllabic one for you. Come on.
Please.
He does know polysyllabic words, I will say.
I've got some of those coming up too.
There are many of them in his book.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's one. Wobbies in your chest.
Huh.
Wobbies in your chest.
That I don't have. That is a stumper.
It's so weird.
That is a stumper.
I had to write these phonetically because it confused the hell out of me to not say the T's. I had to write it out. Wobbies in your chest.
Oh, okay.
You got it?
Not really, but wobbies.
Wobbies in your chest. This bee's in your chest.
This bees in your chest.
In your chest.
This bees.
Okay, I think
to say this is to have a T, but
that's a TH. You're
right. No. I understand.
They hiss.
I understand.
I think I finally got it. It was through the chess because I knew it wasn't about chess, but
it's not about chess.
If you add a T to chess. It's not chattess. It is. Oh, it's your son. Your kids are superstars at this.
Oh yes, but okay. Bees in your chest.
Yeah,
right.
Okay.
Not bees. It's also not bees. There's a T missing from that one too.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Yes. Of course, in your chest.
Yes.
It's your heart.
Your heart
nice.
beats in your chest.
Nicely done.
Your heart beats in your chest. There you go.
He walked off.
Jordan has collapsed in his cubicle.
That was a tough one.
That was
tough
there.
One.
I was at sea for a while.
At sea for that for a minute. I got a couple more. We'll do 2 more. How about Ernover, Ort, or Tiramisu?
Ort.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I see a pattern forming. Désert
Dessert. Yes, exactly. It's
we go.
I like the
your
French
dessert.
pronunciation too.
Turnover,
Yeah.
tort, or tiramisu. Yeah. Very good. Very
There
good.
we go.
All right. This is a hard one. It's a hard one. I think it's a hard one, but we're going to try.
It's probably going to crush me. What
Yeah, if he thinks
Here's
it's
your
hard,
clue.
I'm
Here's
going to
your clue.
buckle. I'm going to buckle.
Ooh, pines. Ooh, pines. It's just such a ridiculous
that's
clue.
Ooh, pines.
It's like somebody says when they're driving through the forest, ooh, pines.
Ooh, pines.
No, ooh, pines.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Pines.
I don't
There are
have
two
it.
T's. Each word has
Yes,
a T
two-
that's come out of it.
It's kind of, yeah.
So it's probably not oot.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, pines. So that makes me think 2 pints, which
Mm.
makes me think.
It ends with RT.
I am
RT?
bad with these
It's
are
a
the,
measurement.
these are the
Oh,
crazy
is that a core?
A quar, yeah. A
Yes,
quar.
yes.
a chord.
Ooh, pines and a quar.
Yeah,
2 pints and a quart.
I am with you, Jordan. I still don't know my quarts, gallons, ounces. I'm like, switch to the metric system already.
There's a whole
please.
chapter in his
Whoa,
book about
AJ.
learning your kitchen measurements.
Yeah,
It's true.
That's true.
You do need to learn your kitchen measurements.
I know.
They are tough. They're tough though. Cups and ounces.
Aren't there like liquid ounces and dry ounces?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
that.
It's
There's that.
chaos. It is chaos.
That's one of the ways I use my smart device. I'm like, Alexa, how many pints in a quart?
There, how many pines
You know
in a
what?
core?
You know what I check so many times? I go back and forth like I'm in mission control, like launching a rocket into space in like 1960s America. Is like TSB, tablespoon, first teaspoon, tablespoon, first teaspoon.
Right?
We're talking about teas. Get the tea out of here. Get one of them should just not have a tea.
100.
What are we
100%.
doing to each other?
Just make it a spoon.
Why are they
Make it a
making
spoonful.
That's so true. Yeah. Why start with the same letter? I mean, yeah. Who knows what that has caused? That has probably caused hundreds of deaths from people who can only.
Cakes that have not risen properly.
Yeah.
You know.
By the way, we're in America. We don't even drink that much tea. Why do we
Great
have
point.
a teaspoon?
Coffee
Right?
spoon.
We had a revolution for
Coffee
this reason.
spoon. I'm with you.
What happened?
Exactly. That's what the Boston Tea Party was all about. They were tired of teaspoonage.
There you go. See, now this is the kind of brilliant insight you can get from Jordan's. And I agree. I'm not joking when I say brilliant insight. We need to get rid of teaspoon or tablespoon. You were awesome, Jordan. We loved having you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Jordan.
You guys are awesome. My brain has been puzzled and scrambled and wrinkled. And
It looks
and I
so
really
wrinkly right
appreciate
now.
Oh
it.
yeah,
extra.
Thank you
lots
so
of
much.
new wrinkles. You are
So
great.
many- yes.
Check out Jordan's book, and also when you're not reading Jordan's book, check out our Patreon. We got a Patreon, patreon.com.
.com/hello puzzlers.
That's the one. And it's a lovely community of fellow puzzlers. And we got all sorts of good stuff for you. We got newsletters, extra bonus puzzles, chats with me and Greg. There's a free tier, but the VIP tier, sometimes they get to come on the show, as you might have heard.
Yeah.
We would love to see you there. And of course, we would love to see you back here for more puzzling puzzles that will puzzle you puzzlingly.